I'm back. It is 2:48 p.m. on the 18th of, you guessed it, February, woohoo, 2013. You know what, man? This year still seems like it's just flying past. What do you guys think? Flying past? But you know what? Because of the sun and the beautiful bright rays we've gotten, it's 38 degrees out now. Woohoo! Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But it was freezing last night below. I don't know how low we got, but it was, last I knew, it was like 9 degrees. Alright, the message to the church of Thyatira, 18. Write this letter to the angels of the church of Thyatira. This is the message from the Son of God, whose eyes are like the flame of fire, whose feet are like bronze, polished bronze. Oh man, can you imagine that? That's going to be so amazing. Bowing down, your face just right down to his feet, kissing his feet, crying at Jesus' feet. Oh, that's going to be so amazing. Oh, let's be. Verse 19. I know all the things you do. I have seen your love, your faith, your service, and your patience, endurance. And I can see your constant improvements in all these things. 20. But I have this complaint against you. You are permitting that woman, that Jezebel, who calls herself a prophet, to lead my servants astray. She teaches them to commit sexual sins and to eat food offered to idols. I gave her time to repent, but she does not want to turn away from her immorality. Therefore, I will throw her on a bed of suffering, and those who commit adultery with her will suffer greatly unless they repent and turn away from her evil deeds. 23. I will strike her children dead. Then all the churches will know that I am the one who searches out the thoughts and intentions of every person, and I will give to each of you whatever you deserve. All those eyes in that are God. This is all God speaking, or Jesus speaking. But she does not turn away from her. Therefore, I will strike her children to searches, and I will give each person. No. 23. I will strike her children dead. Then all the churches will know that I am the one who searches out the thoughts and intentions of every person, and he will give to each of you whatever you deserve. 24. But he also has a message for the rest of you in Thyatira who have not followed this false teaching, deeper truths, as they call them, depth of Satan actually. I will ask nothing more of you, 25, except that you hold tightly to what you have until he comes, 26. To all who are victorious, who obey me to the very end, to them I will give authority over all the nations. 27. They will rule the nations with an iron rod and smash them like clay pots. 28. They will have the same authority I received from from his father, and he will also give them the morning star. Anyone with ears to hear must listen to the Spirit and understand what he is saying to the church is. Alright, Revelations 2:20 out of the New International Version, 1984, just to double check. Yeah, okay. Copyright 1984, all rights reserved. Nevertheless, I have this against you. You tolerate that woman, Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess. By her teaching, she misleads my servants into sexual immorality and the eating of food sacrificed to idols. Cross-references, 1 Kings 16:31. He does not only consider it trivial to commit the sins of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, but he also married Jezebel, daughter of Ethbaal, king of Sidonians, and began to serve Baal and worship him. First King 21:25. There was never a man like Ahab, who sold himself to do evil in the eyes of the Lord, urged on by his Jezebel wife. 2 Kings 9, verse 7. You are to destroy the house of Ahab, your master, and I will avenge the blood of my servants and the prophets and the blood of all the Lord's servants shed by the Jezebel. 2 Kings 9:22. When Jeroboam saw Jehu, he asked, "Have you come in peace, Jehu?" "How can there be peace?" Jehu replied, "as long as all the idolatry and witchcraft of your mother Jezebel abound." Ezekiel 13:17. Now, son of man, set your face against the daughters of your people who prophesy out of their own imagination, prophecies against them. Prophesies against them. Acts 15:20. Instead, we should write to them telling them to abstain from food polluted by idols, from sexual immorality, from the meat of strangled animals, and from blood. Acts 15:29. You are to abstain from food sacrificed to idols, from blood, from the meat of strangled animals, and from sexual immoralities. You will do well to avoid these things. Farewell. 1 Corinthians 10:20. Do but the sacrifice of pagans are offered to demons, not to God. And I do not want you to be participants with demons. Revelations 2:14. Nevertheless, I have a few things against you. You have people there who hold the teachings of Balaam, who taught Balak to entice the Israelites to sin by eating food sacrificed to idols, and by committing sexual immorality. And that was Revelations 2:20. Nevertheless, he has this meeting. So, the false prophet is a female. Or at least one of the false prophets are a female. Or he's talking about the whore of Babylon, which is what my first thought was right to the whore of Babylon, which everybody wants, not everybody, but people want to say it's Rome, it's Rome, it's Rome, it's Rome, it's Rome. No, the 7 hills, 7 mountains, guys. USA, New York. It's New York City. The whore, from what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've read, the whore of Babylon, I am 90% is New York City. The whore of Babylon, New York City. That is what I would conclude. That is what I fully agree with. So, that could mean the whore of Babylon, you know, some out of her. It's just another way of saying that. But it didn't go into, but calling her Jezebel, a fake prophet. There's going to be a female fake prophets. So watch out for the female fake prophets. They're out there too. If all of a sudden there's a red light, a warning, if you get a red light warning, you know, something that flashes like this, and it doesn't even have to be a real red light, but if you feel like you see a red light when you watch a female's thing, I wouldn't take it all to heart. I'd be careful, because she just may as well be a false prophet. Alright, my brothers and sisters. I love you. Peace be with you. I'm glad I'm a watcher. And I never claimed to be a prophet. Peace be with you. I love you guys. Be safe. Be careful.